Hey everyone, it's Heather. I just wanted to jump on quick to share a little bit about hi, welcome. Share a little bit about what something I heard might have been for the first time last night, but might have not been, but it was the first time it really sank in and really just was a beautiful word picture that it was just too good not to share. I lead a Bible study on Tuesday nights at my house for a group of women from our church, and we are studying the book of James right now. And we're doing a video series actually by Francis Chan. And last night we walked through verses 1 through 12. And they're really short videos, but just packed full of great information. And Francis Chan has a way of really, hi guys, has a really awesome way of unpacking things for you. And he made this beautiful word picture that went along with verse 2 in James chapter 1. And I just had to share it with you because it struck such a chord with me. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So if you've read the book of James before, you know that the very beginning of his letter here is talking about the testing of your faith. And I want to read to you verse 2, which is the one I'm going to hit on today. So James chapter 1 verse 2 says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." I've heard that verse many times, and I myself have been through many different trials in my own life. And I've always thought, how do you be joyful about trials? Like, that just sounds really counterintuitive, oxymoron-ish, to consider trials joy. But if you really unpack this verse and know the meaning behind it, I think it will give you a different understanding of what James is trying to get at here. And specifically, I want to look at the word testing. So the word testing, and this comes from, I'm reading the ESV version here, but the word testing here is the same word that is used to describe the process that a blacksmith uses to refine silver. Oh, thanks for the love. So yeah, the silver refining process. And so back then when they refined silver, they heat it up to a really high temperature, and that heat will bring all of the impurities that are in the silver to the top, to the surface. And then the blacksmith will scoop off those impurities, or that level layer of the bad stuff or whatever in the silver. And then he does it again and again and again until it's finished. And this is the part that really struck me, because I've heard that reference before to, our faiths being refined like silver. But Francis Chan went on to say, how does the blacksmith know when it's done? He knows when the process is finished because he can see his reflection in the silver. Now think about that for a second. How amazing is that? The process is finished when the blacksmith can see his reflection in it. Now James uses that same reference talking to us. Yeah, right? I had an aha moment too. It was amazing. He uses that same word in talking about our faith and having joy amidst the trials. So count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing, the refining of your faith produces steadfastness. So when you are in a dark season, when you're going through a trial, when you're just in a dark place, know that your faith is being tested. It's being refined. And at the finish of that, God will be able to see his reflection in you. That's amazing. Our trials and our sufferings are designed to make us more like Christ, so that Christ can be seen through us more than ourselves. And if you have that mindset, if you have that perspective when you are going through a season of trial, yes, it'll make you stronger and wiser. Absolutely. It will help you to be able to get through not only that trial, but to see Christ more clearly. And I shared with the women last night that I know this may sound crazy, but sometimes I look forward to those trials, not because I enjoy them by any means, because trials are just that. They're suffering, they're hard, they stink. I wish there was an easier way, but seeing who I am now versus who I was before I had been through all those, and knowing that I've had the grace awakening that I've had, I see Christ more clearly than I ever have before. And that's beautiful. So if we can use that perspective as we're going through those dark seasons, not only will we be able to see Christ more clearly and experience the amazing joy and peace that can only come from him, but we'll be able to get through those tough times a little bit easier, I think. So take heart, know that you are being refined, and yeah, it stinks. The process stinks. It's hot, it's messy, but the end result is absolutely gorgeous. To see Christ in your reflection. I hope that gives you a little bit of encouragement this morning. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a grace-filled day. Thanks so much.